Hello, my name's Natasha Polozenko, also known as Natashka all over the web, and in this tutorial, I'm going to deep dive into the Remix functionality inside of Firefly Boards. I'll show you how Remix allowed me to create a whole proposal for this brand, Angel Beauty, which includes some ideas for logos, brand illustrations, and even packaging. So, let's go. The brief from this client is lush vintage. So, using the search functionality, I sourced a range of different images that help communicate the aesthetic that I have in mind. And here are a bunch that I found earlier. And now I'm arranging the images in a way that start to hint at a website layout so that the client can really start to envision their brand coming to life. And side note, I'm using the remove background functionality on a lot of these images as I go. So this is where the remix functionality comes into play. For the lotus image here, I actually want to incorporate the butterfly visual. So if I select both of these images and hit remix, I'll get some more images to pick from. And these are great, but I'm really picky and I want more lily pad coverage. So if I select the one I like best, click Load, Composition, use the eyedropper tool to sample that original photo, and in the generation settings, I'm going to turn the strength up to the top. This will give me a few more options that are closer to what I envisioned. Okay, I'm excited about this so far. Now it's time to generate some logo ideas. I'm going to start selecting various combinations of my visuals to remix. This kind of exploration helps give me ideas for directions I may not have thought of otherwise. I look at this as a starting off point. Depending on how the client responds, the idea is that later I would go in and build my designs from the ground up in my own style using these visuals as my inspiration. So now from here, I can even remix some of the already remixed images if I like. And clicking vary is going to create even more options. This process is super fun. So I went ahead and deleted the ones I didn't want and organized and removed the backgrounds of the ones that I'd like to keep in as possibilities. I wanted to include a few different directions for the client to review, but for now I'm going to pick my favorite and add it to the mockup. I also want to generate some ideas for brand illustrations to place in these frames. So earlier, I remixed these two images and got a few compelling generations that I thought could work really well. I also wanted to create some additional variations that use these images over on the left as the composition reference. The way I approached this was by selecting one of the images I previously generated and hitting load. The reason I do this is because I want all these subprompts loaded in for me. Now I want to tell Firefly that I want to use this image as my composition, and I also want to reinforce that I want this image as the style reference. I can also go in and tweak the generation settings if I want, and I'll get some nice options. I also did the same with some beauty products too, which I thought might be fun for the client to see. So here are the images that I down selected to. I went ahead and placed them in behind the frames, resizing and cropping them to fit. So there we have it. We all know that proposals can be extremely time consuming, which can be frustrating, especially because it's not something we typically get paid for. But with Firefly Boards, you can generate ideas and concepts so quickly and efficiently, allowing you to breeze through proposals like this. And if the client approves, this is an amazing launching off point to help you get to the actual fun work of designing, illustrating, and creating all these brand assets we teased in our boards. So that's all for today. Until next time, bye for now.